Hola, welcome back to the channel. Welcome back to another edition of Transfer Tango, where we, talk about Arsenal and the tango dance that they do around transfers because they don't seem to be getting any. Remember, like and subscribe. And I named this episode Dreams, Nightmares, and Strikers because the news is just all over the place. We have people that we would love to have, we would love to see at the carpet. We have some that we don't want anything to do with us or don't want them there. And then, as always, the striker debate. So the dream signing that people are talking about, Rodrigo. Rodrigo from Real Madrid, left winger, silky baller. And it's the one thing that Arsenal fans, I think, agree on. If we are able to get Rodrigo, bring him to the Emirates. I have said that I won't be buying merch because I don't like how we do transfers. But we buy Rodrigo. I am on the first train to London. I'll be in the Armory getting the 10 shirt on with the Champions League badges. I'm getting the full. It would be massive. But it's a dream right now. It's I've seen in the news that they're talking about Real Madrid want £77 million. Would Arsenal pay £77 million? Well, you don't know. Because we'll pay 65 for Kai Havertz, but we'll probably try to penny pinch with Rodrigo, and he'll end up going to Liverpool or somewhere else. So, yeah, I mean, I can't lie to you. If Rodrigo was coming here, I would love it. I'm pretty sure every Arsenal fan would love it. And, every Arsenal fan was kind of looking at him being on the bench in the Club World Cup. And I don't think you should read too much into that. That he did play the last game, and then he's benched this one. Real Madrid are probably just waiting until knockout stages and giving him a rest. If he doesn't play in the next couple games, or if he doesn't have, if he's not featured for kind of the rest of the tournament, then you'd start to kind of, is this a possibility? But I think it's just paper talk right now. As far as the nightmares, here we are again, people. Another transfer window and another link to Chelsea. Not just one, but two Chelsea players. So I saw a story that was talking about Nicholas Jackson. I think it was bogus. Just probably people waffling and, paper talk. But I do not bring Nicholas Jackson anywhere near the Emirates. We already got rid of Eddie Nketiah. We don't need another one. I don't want him. Please don't get him. And the other link, which, the news outlets are putting out, is Nani Madueke. Don't want him. I don't want anybody from Chelsea. There's no one I want from Chelsea except for Cole Palmer, and he ain't coming. I take Caicedo as well, but they're not coming here. I don't want Nani Madueke. I don't want any more Chelsea retail. We're already getting Neto. Not Neto. What's his name? Kepa. I mean, Neto is another one we got rid of, but we're getting Kepa, and that's enough for me. That's enough Chelsea for me. $5 million. Okay, I don't want anyone else from Chelsea. I think Arsenal fans can agree with me. We don't want anyone from Chelsea. Please stop getting Chelsea players. I don't want them. I don't want anything to do with them. Let it go. Let it go. Another person we've been linked with, not so much a nightmare signing, but kind of a underwhelming signing. So Thomas Partey is still looking like he's going to be on the way out. Still hasn't agreed to contract. So we've been linked with Lucien Agume from Sevilla. Now, I've had a chance to watch him, as I said, and I think he's solid. What I think would have been great is to let Jorginho go, bring in Lucien, and have him learn from Partey, because I think he can become that Partey player. But he's young, and he's not someone that I think would just come in, slot in the team, and take over from Partey. I think if you keep Partey, if you can sign him to a contract, and then you get Lucien Agome in as well, then I think that you strengthen the team, and I think that makes us better. But I wouldn't want him as a Thomas Partey replacement, because it's going to be one of those things where he's got to learn the league. He needs time to acclimatize, and I just don't want to do that anymore. Like, we need someone that can step in for Partey now. So it's not really a nightmare, but it's kind of underwhelming. And I'm hoping that we can get the Partey deal signed fairly quickly. I hope we can agree something, because I think missing Thomas Partey, you bring in Zubamendi to lose Partey. I don't think that's really, I don't really think that's a good loss. And then lastly, but not leastly, strikers. Now the striker merry-go-round has been going on forever. It's the same two, Sesko, Gyökeres, and it seems like every week, you open the news and there's a story that we're done with Gyökeres and we're going in for Sesko. Well, this week it's we're done with Sesko, we're going in for Gyökeres. So according to reports, Sesko's wage demands are high, and I think Arsenal a little bit put off by the fact that he wants high wages, and he wants a release clause in his contract. I mean, to me, that just spells pay me a lot. It screams entitlement. I mean, you scored 13 goals, and this guy's coming to Arsenal. He's like, you guys should beg for me. You guys should beg for me to be there. That's what it seems. I don't know if it's, I don't know if that's true. It's what the papers are reporting, and papers, dime a dozen, they could be reporting anything. But to me, it's just kind of like, he's doing us a favor by coming here instead of the other way around. And I think Arsenal fans can agree we're tired of players like that. We're tired of players, and that's why we don't want Chelsea players. That's how Chelsea players are. Like, they're doing us a favor by coming here. Like, we want players that want to be here, which is why I don't understand what the holdup has been with Gyökeres. Gyökeres has told his family that he wants to come to Arsenal. He's told his club he wants to come to Arsenal. He's told his agent he wants to come. He's told half of Portugal he wants to come to Arsenal. And Arsenal just like, nah, do we really want to pay that much for him? He's a little bit old. And I think this is the problem that Arsenal have had. I understand that every coach has a type of player that they want. Every coach has a short list that they want. But if I have a player that's basically telling me, yeah, you got to pay me extra to come here, or a player that says, I'll take what you give me, I'm making more than I'm making in Portugal, I want to come here, I want to play, I want to contribute, why don't we ever go for that player? Especially when that player scored 50 goals. Like, now, I get it if Sesko was a 50-goal scorer and he was saying, I don't know, Vlahovic was hot in Italy, and he was like, kind of don't want to do that because I want to go to Juventus. But Sesko, like, we're talking 13 goals versus 50 goals. And the 50-goal guy wants to be here. I don't get it. I don't understand it. I don't understand why we don't just go for players who want to be here. I think that as a player, if I want to be at a club, if I'm begging to be at a club, I don't just want the money. I want it because I love the club. I love this. And a guy's talking about he wants high wages. He hasn't proven himself. He wants, the clause is what kind of baffles me. Because if you put a clause in there, it's kind of like saying, well, in a year or two, when Real Madrid need a striker or Barcelona need, Barcelona, Lewandowski's not getting any younger. So in a year or two, when I bang for Arsenal and you put $100 million clause in there, then Barcelona just come, we'll take him. And that's the way. For Arsenal to be a Big Six club, we operate like we're not. We operate like we're a mid-table club, and we need to start getting players who want to be here, who will fight for the badge, who want to bring silverware. I'm tired of players from Chelsea, from all the other rivals, from City. I don't want another City player. Don't want another Chelsea player. Because if Pep Guardiola doesn't want you, and if Chelsea doesn't want you, what makes you think that we're going to have any more success? We haven't had any success with those players. And I think as far as transfers, we're tired of the bin bag. We want players to contribute now. And I think Gyökeres is a contribute now player. I think that Rodrigo will be a win now player. I think that, keeping Thomas Partey is an intent of wanting to win. I think bringing in some cover for Saliba and Gabriel is a statement of intent. Not just, we'll take $5 million for Kepa. We'll take Madueke if we can't get anybody. I don't want that. So that's what's going on with transfers. Not too much, just my thoughts. And hopefully next week we'll have something better. I mean, next week is the 1st of July, so the transfer window will be open. And hopefully we'll have at least a Zubimendi announcement. And then I'll come back on here and talk about Zubimendi. And probably a Kepa one as well. So as always, like, subscribe. If you guys want me to talk about anything, if you want to have any questions, put them down in the comments. And I'll see you guys later.